Common nouns. Common nouns are the names we designate to general things. Anything that's not specific, such as, for example, proper nouns, that are specific and require capital letters. Common nouns do not require capital letters because they are not specific things. Rather, they are general things like, for example, cat, sock, steak, city, television, computer, etc. Most nouns are either common nouns or proper nouns. Do you prefer to live in a city or town, Rob? I much prefer the inner city life. It's so much more vibrant and interesting. So, do you not mind all the noise and the hustle and bustle that goes with living in a city? Absolutely not. I really believe that cities are the future. It's in the cities that one can find diversity, selection, employment, and many, many more things. What about the countryside? Not your cup of tea then? No, not really. I mean, for a weekend escape, the countryside is great. But in regard to living, I would always choose to live in a big city where I can remain anonymous. Do you like having your anonymity then? Yes, I certainly do. What about you? Do you prefer the countryside or the city? Personally, I much prefer the countryside, although I think I probably wouldn't like it so much after a couple of weeks. I bet. Analysis. 1. City is a common noun, so it is therefore not capitalized. 2. Life is a common noun. It's a common noun because it doesn't refer to anything specific. 3. Hustle and bustle. A very common phrase to refer to lots of excitement and busy activity. 4. 1. A gender-neutral pronoun that we can use to refer to people when talking about anything in a general sense, i.e., one needs to dress well when going to a job interview. 5. Cup of tea. A chiefly British idiomatic expression in English meaning what someone likes, i.e., would you like to play football with us this Saturday? Not really. Football is just not my cup of tea. Saying that football isn't your cup of tea just means that you don't like football. 6. Escape. Verb and noun, and in this case, escape is a common noun. 7. Where. In this case, where functions as a relative adverb in reference to place. The place or destination being a big city. 8. Personally. A sentence adverb. We use sentence adverbs to modify whole sentences. Sentence adverbs also require a comma, i.e., honestly, I don't know what he looks like. Thankfully, our rescuers were able to reach us in time. Honestly and thankfully act as sentence adverbs, but also require a comma. Concrete nouns. Concrete nouns are nouns that represent things that we can experience with any of our 5 senses: vision, hearing, taste, smell, and touch. Nouns such as dog, computer, pen, job, etc. are all concrete nouns. What's your favorite subject to study, Maria? I really like the sciences, to be honest. So, do you not like humanities then? Not really. I prefer the sciences because the information is very pure and very truthful. Do you fancy yourself working in a scientific field one day then? To be honest, no. I enjoy studying the sciences, but I would prefer to work with computers. I think computing is far more interesting. Would you like to work with code? Yes, I enjoy coding. Coding languages like HTML and JavaScript are so cool and interesting. Glad to hear that. I'll catch you later. Bye. Analysis. 1. Subject is a concrete noun. It's something that we can touch or hear. 2. Sciences. This is the general, concrete noun. A scientist is the proper noun because it's a person. 3. Humanities is the concrete noun. Remember, the singular form is humanity, so the Y changes to IES in the plural form. For example, cry, cries, felony, felonies, etc. 4. Information is a concrete noun. Also, take note of the noun suffix shin. Other examples are collection, notion, appreciation, notation, etc. 5. Fancy oneself. This is a common expression in English. You can say fancy oneself, yourself, himself, etc. It means what you would like to be or do. 6. Computing. A concrete noun. Nouns can also be gerunds, i.e. verb plus ing, used as objects or subjects of a sentence, i.e. swimming is fun, I love painting, running isn't easy. 7. Enjoy coding. Another example of a noun ending in ing and being used as an object of the sentence. Abstract nouns. Abstract nouns represent things, feelings, or emotions that we cannot represent with our five senses: vision, hearing, taste, smell, and touch, so to speak. Such abstract nouns are, for example, love, hate, fear, consciousness, feeling, etc. What are you reading, Mike? I'm reading a fiction novel about a girl's dramatic experiences back in 18th century France. What sort of dramatic experiences does she have then? Well, she falls in love with a boy and then goes to a boarding school where she's in constant fear because of all the bullying that goes on. She also misses her boyfriend, which fills her up with emptiness. Does she suffer a lot of anger and hate? Yes, but she also receives a lot of compassion from her boyfriend and his family. So luckily, she manages to overcome all the stress and misery of living in a boarding school. This book sounds like a good read. It certainly is. Analysis. 1. Love is a very common abstract noun. 2. Fear. Another example of an abstract noun not represented by our five senses. 3. Emptiness. Very clear example of an abstract noun. 4. Misery is an abstract noun. 5. It certainly is. This is a form of ellipsis, which is short for the book certainly is a good read. Ellipsis is very common in English, and we will use it to make sentences shorter because we already assume the remainder of the sentence.